Let's see if we can. Just the screen there. Alrighty, so we have Northwestern Asia. Hazard playing for Northwestern Asia on purple. Fitz playing for Central Europe on white. Gustavo Dan playing for South Africa on green. Ananias Wellington, also known as Grogu Mudhorn, playing for Turkey on red. And we have SZ Levy on black for Eastern Europe. And then sharing their screen, we got blue, Bertram the Boer for England too. Bertram is pretty well zoomed out here. All right, so this group has already played game 1 and game 2. I'm going to see if I can figure out who won the 2 previous games. I can't actually tell. Bonus game? Oh, geez. Fitz. I'm going to go ahead and grab a +2 right off the bat. Carter rooting for England. Hey, Mitch, would you mind pulling the round 2 standings and just throwing them in the Twitch chat here? Kind of curious what the stakes are for these teams going into game 3. Actually, I think I might be able to pull them. I do have those. It takes me longer than most people to find all that info. So Tiger, England 2 won game 2 for 20 points. And then Turkey, Wellington for Turkey won game 1 for 18 points. Okay. And then it looks like Julius Belay for Central Europe picked up 3 points in game 1. And then somebody picked up points in game 2. Midas Storm for South Africa picked up 3 points in game 2. So the standings are England 2 in the lead of this group with 20, followed closely by Turkey with 18 points from game 1, and then South Africa and Central Europe are tied on 3 points. At least that's just for this round. It doesn't include the information that the points that they may have gotten in round 1. Which actually, I know England 2 won game 1 of round 1 because I saw Tiger win that. So England 2 is on like at least 38 or so points just from Tiger alone. Have there been any game 3s yet? Good question. Is this the first game 3? This might be the first game 3. Yeah, this is the first. This is the first game 3. First game 3 of round 2. Okay, and those are the total points currently. So Turkey has the most points overall when you combine round 1 and round 2. They're sitting on 42 points. England 2, second with 35 points overall. Then third is Central Europe with 29 points overall. Fourth is Eastern Europe with 26 points overall. Then fifth is Northwestern Asia with 21 points. And bringing up the rear is South Africa on a total of 3 points right now. I'm playing the mini tourney in a day. Wienermobile from the Southeast Slawdog won the Wiener race. Oh. I'm not familiar with with the wiener race, so that sounds interesting. Slaw Dog is a pretty good name for a wienermobile, I guess. Oscar Mayer did a 2-lap race around the Indy 500 track. That's funny. All right, so people are going to be trying to spread out and hide accordingly, as well as try to line up future potential kills on other players. Let's see. The other thing that's always interesting to see is who's getting help from their team. Bertram the Boar, England 2, has everyone in their VC helping him out. Ananias Wellington Grogu for Turkey is by his lonesome. And no one else is even in a VC. So England 2 is the only team taking advantage of the Risk World Cup's unique feature, which is team assistance in VC during a game. What makes someone want to zoom out this far on their wrist? I have no idea. I wish he would zoom in a bit. Like this is holy smokes. Streaming on an 80-inch TV, yeah. If I had another screen to bring you, I would, but I don't. This is the only option I have, and I don't want to bug Bertram or England 2, while they're playing, while they're locked in right now. It does look like they need to win this game here, or at least pick up a few bounties to pass Turkey on the standings. I'm watching on my Razer. Oh, geez. What do you mean? The size is perfect. I don't know. Like, I can see it just fine, but yeah, we do see a lot of the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans on either side of Brazil. How many people thought I was gonna fail the 70 run? Be honest. I thought it could have been dicey. It seemed a smidge early to run it. Never a doubt was saying VC. No, Horseboy was though. Then no one thought a fail was happening. If it was just me, then fail city. Yeah, no, that was a well run 70 there, Risky. If Zago's in there, 100% fail. Oh man. What I was interested in seeing, not that I wanted you to fail, but had you failed, I would have been interested to see if France could pick it up. I don't think they would have been able to. They weren't really positioned for it. All right, but Game 3 of the World Cup is worth 15 points to whoever takes the W. And any bounties that are taken that give the player that took the bounty enough cards to set in turn, that is 5 cards or more, then those bounties will be worth 3 points. Or any bounties that the winning player takes on their final turn, regardless of whether they set them in turn or not, will also be worth 3 points. I wanted to dry kill white in the early game, but it wasn't really worth it. And then they got a 10 set on 3 twice in a row. Yeah, they that is what kept them alive. Back-to-back sets. All right, Zycron from England 1 cheering on his fellow countryman here. I always get nervy when running the 70. Yeah, who doesn't? What psychopath feels calm and collected, breaking everyone's bonuses, going for the W, knowing that if they fail this, they'll never get another shot at it? Yep, we do see yellow with a bonus. I'm not sure. I think I might have missed who or how much yellow hit to get people smacked out of there. Yeah, could you? I can't imagine some calm, like a calm 70% run. Even if you counted it exactly and you know you have it, like no, you're at least a little bit nervous. I'm always like shaking like a leaf whenever I try for it. All right, we're approaching the first sets here. Ooh, it looks like Gustavo missed a card at some point. For some reason, is a card behind everyone else. I feel like Nub's extremely common around the 70. I'm sure there's some people are, like the risk community's big enough to where there's probably some psychopaths um, that don't care. I'm nervous getting a card, lol. You have nothing to be nervous about getting a card with the dice you have, Trop. I swear. Um, anyway. So South Africa is already in a rough spot, being down a card. The only silver lining is they might end up staying alive a little bit longer than someone else might because their kill isn't going to set them in turn right away, particularly if someone sets on 4 in the second sequence. Since they'll be a card behind, they'll be on 3. So their kill wouldn't be worth points, which might save them. But again, at least for a turn, I think if you're playing for the win, you do need to make sure you're taking cards when you have the opportunity to. Who's before green? I can't see the side icons very well. Before green is red. Grogu for Turkey goes there. Let me there. Red has perfect lines on green. Yeah. Yeah, red's lines on green are pretty good. Yellow not broken. Gonna keep his +4. Actually, is that a +4 or is that a +3? We can take a quick look at the bonuses on the Brazil Advanced map. Yeah, that is a +3. So just quickly, there's 2 +3s on the right-hand side of the board, Sudeste and Leste. Then you have 2 +4s on the northeast and middle of the board, called Centro for middle and Nordeste for northeast. Then you have Panama up at the top for +8. You have your +7 of Sul down at the bottom. You have your +9 of Norte right in the middle of the board towards the top. And then the big +10 on the west side of the board, stretching and expanding into the middle of the board, the Oeste bonus. And that's it for the bonuses on Brazil Advanced. Trop says he likes this map. Okay. Well, maybe we should switch games, Trop, and you play Brazil Advanced today. Since you like it so much. All right, we do see the first couple sets come out. Fitz with the 4 trade. Grogu with the 6. Mike, I'm not falling for it. I know you're playing G2. Lots of places. Do I hear mind games? I don't know what you're talking about, Cecil. I already played game 1. Blue has pretty good lines on purple. I'm glad you're looking at lines. I'm just here. I got 18 people or 17 people in the Twitch chat, and I'm only trying to mess with Cecil. Our alternate players playing game 2. Yeah, we need to get Piqueta in here. Piqueta 70 needs to get in here for that one. Ooh, so Midas didn't, or Gustavo didn't set. He went to 5. And then we have Bertram trading, losing out on 2 troops because of Green's card skip. Gonna take the 8 trade. So yeah, blue, purple, and yellow all getting a few less troops due to the card skip, at least in the first sequence from green. But that card skip is going to eventually catch up to green, where he's going to want or need to set and simply won't be able to for being a card down. And it could easily be because he's a card down. Red just blocked blue up top, actually. Okay. Blue on purple. We do see England with a set on 3 going into the second sequence. Northwestern Asia, Hazard is going to take the 10 set. If red has a set on 3, this could be game over. Yeah, kill green into white. Sure. Yeah, that's the risk you run playing the card skip game and going to 5, hoping for the 15 trade. Of course, if you don't get it, then you just die sooner than you probably are already going to die. SZ Levy, the Eastern Europe, or no. Yeah, the Eastern Europe player with the 12 trade. And second turn at least, or third turn, hanging on to that +3. I feel like I'm a mile away from the board. Yeah, this is, Bertram has it zoomed out pretty good here. Set's too small to kill the 10 and the 11. Yeah, the next set is worth 15. So yeah, Grogu isn't super well set up to kill green on this trade. But only because of those stacks in the middle. Red has green everywhere else. All right, we do see green take the 15. Shoots him up to second in troop count. But not big enough to take any kills for sure. Going to try a 2v1. Fails it. Looks like he's going to try to take the +4 Centro bonus and hold it with the troops that he set in with. Going to beef up that 11 a bit. Yeah, wasn't worth it. Yep. Green's all about the 2v1s. Yeah. You would think he would win them more often with as much as he tries them. So, does England 2 take the 20 trade here? I think the best play for England 2 is to take a card. I don't think Fitz or Grogu are going to set on 4. Maybe one of them or both of them do, but we'll see. OMG, green doesn't really know what they're doing. Yep. Yeah, green is trying to guard a bonus instead of lining somebody up, or instead of trying to hide. They're basically in one position. Somebody could kill guard them. They're 3 up at the top, but it doesn't seem like anyone's particularly interested in doing so. Doesn't Bertram play on mobile? I think most of the time he does play on mobile. But you would think if you're on mobile, you'd want to be zoomed in more, not less. Y'all are jealous of Green's bonus. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous of Green's bonus. My inner noob, it's tingling, if you will. Seeing that, it's very tantalizing. Like, ooh, I'm holding a bonus, and you can't break me because I'm guarding it on all 3 points. All right, so who do we think dies next, or first, I should say? Next set is worth 20. Red has 40 troops, and of the 4 players, or of the players that are first in turn order, the 4 players that are first in turn order, Turkey is the most likely to set and has the most troops. Just barely edges out England 2 by 1. Green dies to purple. Okay. Yeah, yeah, purple does have very good lines on green. has the 3 up top, 7 and 1 are locked in, or the 7 and the 8 have those 1s locked in, and then the 10 is where he stacks pretty much all of his set troops. Fitz is going to set in for 20. Is this a survival set? It makes everyone else's sets that much bigger. Can blue pick up the green or the green kill before purple has a chance to? All right, so we see 1 set on 4. Turkey obviously going to set on 4 for 25 troops and to be on 69 troops total. We see the dabs come out from Bertram. And the party bot and dab from Fitz. So hopefully when Grogu takes his card, he doesn't lose a troop. Got to stay on that magic number. Unless green sets early. Yeah, he is probably cooked unless he sets on 3 here. Ooh. Turkey appears to be attempting the blue kill. And I think they have this. Could be a little bit dicey down south. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, this looks like 100% kill on England 2 here from Turkey. Gonna have to split off a few troops. Perfect dice. Yep, this is 100% kill. GG's to England 2. Well played to Grogu Mudhorn from Turkey. Bagging the first bounty for Game 3. Earning himself the 30 set. What does he pick up next? Yeah, poor Bertram. Yeah, so much time. Is there any other kills that Grogu can pick up this turn? He could potentially pick up the purple kill right now, but using a lot of time on the clock here. I don't think he's not really optimally lined up for purple. I think he's going to wait. He could also just pick up the green kill. Does green set on 3? If so, that's worth 40. Fitz is saying, hey, we got to hit red here because they're about to win. Yeah, rip. Yeah, not enough. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't have hated an attempt on green maybe had Grogu placed a little bit differently with those troops. The 2 cards he was on after killing blue, a kill on green would have set him in turn again and earned him points. But it looks like he'll be able to have a shot next turn. Actually, no, he would need to pull a dry kill. And purple misses a set. Purple going to kill guard green, but should be more worried about themselves at the moment. Okay, not kill guarding green. Purple goes to 5 cards. In big trouble here. Can yellow set right here and pick up the purple kill? Yeah, no set for purple is rough. Likely game ending for Northwestern Asia. Eastern Europe, SZ Levy thinking about what they want to do here. They're also not going to set. Unclear if they, I mean, you would think that they just missed it as opposed to choosing, but it's just unlikely that 2 players don't have a set on 4, but that does appear to be what we have here. Fitz, meanwhile, can't really do much of anything. Took the early trade and is sitting on 2 cards. Going to try to guard green from Grogu here, but if Grogu has a set on 3, Turkey's just going to pick up the purple kill that they lined up last turn. Yellow and white are both protecting purple's 15, so Grogu does not have a dry kill here. And that includes on green, I don't think. Actually, maybe. Red has... No, red does not have the green kill either. Both green and purple are being kill guarded by white and yellow. And it doesn't look like red has a set, otherwise they would have used it by now. So Grogu going to have to pick up a card and go to 4. These sets are getting dangerously large, and 3 players are likely to set by the time before it gets back to his next turn. There's going to be 100 additional opposing troops on the board. So he's going to hope that he's not fed here. Yep, Grogu goes to 4, doesn't attempt any kills. Gustavo needs to set on 4 here, or purple will be able to kill him fairly easily. The sets are worth about 40 or so. Seems to be more concerned with defending his bonus than going for a kill or protecting himself. Doesn't set, also going to go to 5. Not what you want to do when you're under 60 troops in the at the end of the second sequence, really. All right, Northwestern Asia on 5 cards. Big trade here, 35 troops. Can purple pick up the green kill? That's the only kill that they could possibly get. They could maybe get white, but I think they have much better lines on green than they do on white. If I'm purple, I put everything on the 10. I put everything on the 10 and I try this kill right now. There's no reason to put any troops anywhere else. Surely purple wins, don't add there. Dude, just go. Nope. It looks like he's either looking at yellow or setting defensively here. Yeah, doesn't see that he has the green kill. Agrees with green that yes, green, I agree, you have appropriately guarded your bonus. Wow, slams white. Looks like he's going for the Fitz kill. How does he get to the 8? That 18 has its work cut out for it. Gonna have to pull a heck of a split here. I don't think he can get to that 8 anymore. He must have missed it. It looks like Fitz will be fed to white. That is a bummer for Northwestern Asia, thinking they have the kill, but they very much do not. I'm assuming that Bertram was way too far zoomed out, but Hazard must have been way too far zoomed in, apparently. So yellow going to set in for the 40 trade, gifted the Central Europe bounty by Northwestern Asia here. Eastern Europe going to go ahead and pick that up, which of course is the correct move to do. So GG's to Fitz and well played to SZ Levy, taking the second bounty of Game 3. It's going to be 3 points for them. In the 45 trade, going to go after green. Going to pick up the green kill. That's another 3 points for SZ level. GG's to Gustavo Dan. Well played. Picking up the third bounty for Eastern Europe. The 50 sets coming in. It's just Grogu and Hazard left on the board. Looks like Levy is going after purple. Take his 40 down south. This will set him in turn again. Not the best pathing, but he has it anyway. That 65 is wide open. Going to start working on red here. Be careful you don't close off your path, sir. It is just open enough for him to clean up this top section here and split down. GG's to Hazard from Northwestern Asia. And well played to SZ Levy from Eastern Europe, cleaning up the remaining bounties in this Game 3 in round 2 here. Going to set in again on 4 cards. Has 130 plus troops on his 1v1 opponent here. I think this is the only turn he'll need to finish the game up. So, sure enough, Grogu did not get a chance to use his set on 4 and finish what he started with that first bounty. GG's and well played to Turkey. This game probably should have been theirs, but we did see some good kill guarding from the other players. And then, unfortunately, a feed from Northwestern Asia.